Hey, what's up, good people? Welcome back to Stock Up with Larry Jones. Go ahead and hit that like, subscribe, and notification bell if you are new to the channel. And come join this family called Stock Up. Listen, we're going to get right into it. There's a lot I want to talk about. I'm going to touch on stocks in the beginning, and then I'm going to finish up strong with crypto because there's just a lot of misinformation that is out there. And I just want to be crystal clear because there's a lot of talking heads. Everybody's an expert, of course. And when the markets are moving either up and down, if it's going down, they say, I told you so. If it's going up, they say, I told you so. Right? Let's look at the facts. All right. We're here to make money. So let's look at what's happening after we had CPI, the inflation numbers. Now, for those of you that didn't catch it, I was live this morning as the consumer price index CPI numbers came out. I will leave it in a box in your upper right hand corner. So make sure you check that out after the end of the video and after you check out all the links below in the description. Let's go right to it, good people. So we could see at the time of filming this, we're talking literally 45 minutes before closing bell. The Dow is down by 500 points. Look at that. S&P negative 60, NASDAQ negative 179. Everything is down over 1% on this negative news. Okay. Inflation is still sticky. Okay. Month over month, year over year, inflation is sticky. Now it looks less likely, excuse me, that the Fed will decrease interest rates. If you ask me, three interest rate cuts is off the table. Two, some people say it's still a maybe. I say one at this point, 1.5 if you really ask me. Some of the talking heads on CNBC says 2.5. I say 1.5. We know that there is no such thing as a half, but you got to put things in perspective. I'm personally down to 1.5 and praying that the Fed doesn't have to actually start increasing interest rates again to take care of this runaway inflation. And if you didn't expect inflation to be high, you haven't been to the grocery store, you haven't been to the gas pump or any of that lately. All right, let's go back into it. Okay, so let me show you guys this right quick. I just went to the easy money. This is a DJT, Donald J. Trump. I just went to a meme stock and shorted it. It was just that simple on a day like today. All right. So look at this. I entered into this put option. I did post it in the Patreon. For those of you that have the Patreon, this was a play in the Patreon. And I sold some of the positions. All right. This is what I have left. And this is what I shared with the family over there at the Patreon. You know, yay, 38% is 38%. It was actually higher than that. And I sold my other positions, took my money and ran. And I don't know, depending on what it's looking like on closing bell. Do have a stop loss set. If my stop loss triggered, then I'm out, right? So let's keep it moving. Here's where I posted it at, good people. Stock Squad, the Stock Squad on this video. This one will be the second link. Come get the best plays. Kenny Grace, Stocks with Josh, Mo, and myself. That's the Patreon. That's going to be the second link in the description below. So now let's look at what's happening with crypto. Let's get this crypto thing straight. Okay. So we do know that BT Grayscale's Bitcoin fund has been dumping Bitcoin. We know this. But a lot of people tend to believe that that's the only thing that is wrong with Bitcoin, and it has no correlation to the stock market. And I'm here to tell you that that is the biggest mistake. I was just on the phone with Stocks with Josh, and we agreed on something, and he coined the phrase, and he was dead on. In 2021, crypto was about the people, and the movement of crypto was about the people, the investor. Now it's about the institutions. Why, Larry? Why is it about the institutions? Okay, here's another story. Hong Kong could see spot Bitcoin ETF soon. Friend, Tech Money, Matrix Surge. Okay, So we know that Hong Kong is trying to get into the game now because they see the success of the spot ETFs, the Bitcoin spot ETFs, right? But for those of you that don't think that the stock market has anything to do with Bitcoin, you're sadly mistaken. Yes, there's outflows. Yes, GBTC has been dumping Bitcoin like it's going out of style, but there's been outflows and inflows, right? But look at this, good people. You cannot look at this. Spot funds overall held 776,464. This is last Friday, with a total of 477 billion. You see that? I'm sorry. 47.7 billion. I was like, what? All right, 47.7 billion. 47.7 billion. More than that, we're probably closer to $50 billion worth of Bitcoin consumed by who? By the institutions, okay? So if we got $50 billion consumed by the institutions, you best believe that it's going to start dancing with the stock market, right? Now, I want to further play you a clip from the CEO of Mara. Who is Mara? Mara is the biggest Bitcoin mining company on the planet. And I had the CEO here, and I want you to listen to this.
Or something like that.
Right.
So I don't foresee an 80% drawdown in the next cycle. Could there be a 40 or 50% drawdown? Possibly. It's hard to tell.
Yeah.
It is very much.
I guess my question, if I would forgive me for interrupting. I guess my question is more defined. Do you think the falls in crypto winter, as far as the price of Bitcoin, will become less and less?
Yes, absolutely.
There you go. Yes. Okay. Explain why.
But realize, so as the holders of Bitcoin become larger in number, and even though the ETFs will be concentrations of ownership, the shareholders of the ETFs will be, hundreds of thousands, if not millions of people. And so the decisions regarding do I buy or do I sell are not an ETF manager, it's individual investors. And so as you broaden the holdings of Bitcoin, the price swings will ameliorate, meaning they'll become less. For two reasons. It's not just the downside that gets less, but the upside also is impacted because it's volatility. So if you have less downside swings, you'll likely have less upside runs. But it's all going to be driven by supply and demand. And given that there's a finite supply and given that supply continually decreases, then as demand continues unabated, and by that I mean, even if demand stays constant to where it is today, the inflows.
All right, let's just leave it right there. So you guys heard that, right? Yes. The drawdowns in crypto winters will be less, but the actual amount that Bitcoin runs up will also be less, okay? And making it more like a stock with this huge amount of institutional money that is buying in. As we can see now, Bitcoin is leveling off. We can see here ETH, all of the major ones are leveling off according to Coinbase at this point. If we look at this, and we could see in the last 24 hours, what Bitcoin, look, back up, ETH about flat. See here, XRP is down a little bit, USDC, of course, it should be there. And now we got the, look at that, Dogecoin is actually up 3.46%. Let's look at the memes really quick, because I know you guys are gonna ask. Let's look at the memes in the last 24 hours, right? This morning, it was a sea of red. It pumped back down. But guess what? It was a buying opportunity for Doge, and Doge is back up. We can see that. Bunk, still down, right? With dog, with hat. down 2.74%. And our baby Sheeb is just holding steady, right? Book of Memes is holding steady. Bunk is not doing so well. And so we see what the market is telling us. You know, while I have it up, I'm going to show you guys what I'm doing with MicroStrategy. A lot of people are continuing to ask about the Bitcoin miners. Of course, I've been consistently saying, me personally, I am not getting in until after the halving, which is less than 9 days now, right? But there's something I want you to be aware of with the halving. So let's go here. We can see MicroStrategy on today. I'm up 6%. So that was another 1,800 bucks. I'm into this Pan W option that I believe Josh called in the Patreon. One of the other gentlemen called it in the Patreon. I just followed their play on it. It's a Nancy Pelosi play. You can see what it's doing today. And then you can see DJT. I just snapped that, right? So these are some of the positions I really wanted you to just focus on MicroStrategy because I just, of course, been buying when it was double digits as I've been sharing with you guys. Now, there's one other thing, key point that I want you guys to be aware of. Tomorrow, we have PPI. It's not going to be as effective, I don't believe, as the CPI number. A PPI still may cause the market to move if it comes in ridiculously too high also too. All right, but let's look at one more thing. So fix your eyes here. The personal income or the PCE, right? The personal income and outlays report shows March PCE data will be released on April 26th, okay? This morning, I believe I said on the 20th, but it will be on the 26th. So now, the PCE numbers, I believe, is one of the most important numbers behind the CPI. The PCE numbers could cause the market to either sell off or go up. And it could also be a red day for crypto. It could be. But like Josh and I was just discussing, and we both agree on this, and we don't always agree, but we agree on these on our conversation today. I feel like the stock market wants to go down, and I feel like crypto wants to go up. And everything you look at is pushing the stock market down and crypto up. And there's a fight, there's a correlation because of so much institutional money bought in. So for instance, if it wasn't the spot ETFs buying up all this crypto and it was you and I that bought all this crypto, all this Bitcoin up to this point, then I believe that crypto would continue to run up. But because it's been so much institutional money, almost $50 billion, that is is good and is bad, excuse me, for overall crypto, right? So that's what I wanted to let you guys know on today, okay? So just for a reminder, let's make sure that we check out the links below as I fight for my voice. Stock Up You, there again. If you want to win with crypto, download it, invest in yourself. You're going to make money from here on out, not just with crypto, but with stocks. And I have put this team together so you could have the best, all right? Those two, invest in yourself, okay? Let me know what you think about Bitcoin and all crypto. And can you see how it has a correlation to the overall stock market, okay? Let me know. Larry, I disagree with you, or yes, I do see it now, okay? Leave me a comment, right? All right, we'll see you guys later. Live, love, laugh, and learn.